students, today we are going to learn about mining industry. So mining industry is nothing but it is the extraction of valuable minerals or other geological things from the earth. The things may be in the form of the ore body, lode, vein, seam, reef or player deposits. So it is the main industry. So in our India, it is contribute the significant to the economy of the India. And the process, the mineral processing, the mineral separation things at all, the process is commonly known as ore dressing. So the process of separating commercially valuable minerals from the ores. Mining can include extraction of the metals and minerals in the form of the coal, diamond, gold, silver, platinum, copper, tin, and it may be include also the oil and natural gases too. The treatment of mining industry wastewaters. The mining industry waters, in the sense the waters they are extracted from the mining industries. So these waste waters, they are mostly considerable, or they are mostly contains the most amount of the dissolved minerals, so which give high hardness to the waters. So they are mostly, we have to remove them. So with the use of this following the methods. So first one, biosorbents, adsorptions, constructed wetlands and waste stabilizing ponds. First one, biosorbents. Biosorbents, it is the method, it is here they are using the biological materials. So here the biological materials, they are used in order to remove the metal and metallic species or the compounds or the particles from the solutions. So the biosorbents is the possible by the ability of the biological materials to accumulate heavy metals from the wastewater through metabolic mediated or the physicochemical update the pathways like ion exchanges. So this is a process through that we have to separate it. And absorption. Absorption is nothing but they are the purification technique. It is one of the purification technique in order to remove the wide range of the compounds from the industrial waste. So commonly the absorption is a taking of the atoms or the molecules to the surface. So they are commonly known as adsorbent. So these particles they are which get stuck on can be from the gas in the form of the gas, liquid or dissolved solid in order to remove it. And the third one, constructed wetlands. So it is otherwise commonly they are known as the CWs. So the CWs are the artificial or energized wetlands. They are developed to utilize the natural, physical, biological and chemical process that take place in these aquatic ecosystems. So in this they are involving the soil, flora and fauna and including its microbial communities in order to treat the waste water. So they are in the process in the natural ways. And waste stabilizing ponds. So they are known as a WPS, or it is otherwise known as stabilizing ponds or the waste stabilizing lagoons too. So these are the ponds, they are designed and built to reduce the organic content and remove pathogens from the wastewater. Okay, so these minerals, whatever it may be, the wastewater, the effluent from the industry, they mostly contain the toxic materials. Then how to remove the toxic materials from the effluent? So the toxic waste toxic waste means they are unwanted materials in the all form that can cause harm. The waste can contain chemicals, heavy metals, radiation, dangerous pathogens and other toxins too in the wastewater. So how to remove the toxins from the effluent? So the following steps they have to follow. First one, the high temperature. In order to given the high temperature, we have to destroy the toxins, or it may be isolation of the isotopes. So in the waste contains they are having the high metals or heavy metals or the radioactivity isotopes. So they can be separated and stored, they can be destroyed. And neutralizations. So the bases such as the sodium bicarbonate or the moderate the acidity of the acid mine drainages. And the chemical oxidation method. In the chemical oxidation method, the oxidation of the cyanide produces carbon dioxide and ammonium oxidations of the high soluble arsenic salts. So they are produces the less soluble materials. And the next process is known as the biological treatment. So in the biological treatment, the bacteria can take up the heavy metals and concentrate them in the sludge for preparation, for the separations. Microorganisms, plants can take up the organic compounds from the natural way and they are oxidized some of this carbon dioxide. So through this method, we can remove the toxicants. And the final one, they are the co-precipitation method. So in here, the trace metals are the effective removed from mining effluent by the addition of the ferric salts. So through that, the precipitations and the arsenic is removed as either calcium or ferric arsenate. So whatever the thing we are having, the environmental is the most important one. So it may impact on the environmental too. So in mining also they are having the impacts of in environment too. So it contains the advantages method as well as the disadvantages method. So it provides the mostly economical level. It will be boosted the economic growth, provide the infrastructure things and the employmental creations. Then provide capacity of the building training farmers, provide extension services and all. So whatever the pros, and it's also having the disadvantages too. So it will impact the environment, especially the water quality, ecosystems, land, soil, etc. So in the whole thing, the net effect it's from it will affect our environment. Likewise, like the water pollution, land uses and land use conflicts things, and loss of the vegetation, so that and all. So it may lead to the social impact too. So what will happen in the social things in the sense, so most of the migration and the influx of the people to mining communities and displacements of the homes and the farmlands, so in order to create the mining lands. Then the high incidency of the crime also it included. And the groundwater, of course, it will be contaminated into the processing, and the food insecurities and the global warming and increasing the respiratory diseases and high cost of the living, it may be affecting the impact. These are the impacts in the social things. Okay, so these following things are the impact for the in the nature way. So in the air in the sense, so from the mining method, the effect it will affect the quality of the air. From the mining process and the separations and the digging way, so everything it will cause the quality or the air pollution. So as the refined materials are released to the surface when mineral deposits are exposed from the site. And it will also affect the land too. So it will cause the land pollution. So the mining can cause the physical destructions to the surrounding land by the creation landscape plots such as the open pits and piles of the waste rocks. And it will affect the water pollution, water too. So it will create the water pollution. It also caused by the mining and can include metal contamination, increase sediment levels in streams and acid mine drainage. And final one, biodiversity. So biodiversity is the most important thing in our earth. So mining is a significant threat to the biodiversity as it leads to the large mass habitat loss which affects microorganisms, vegetations and animals too. So whatever the things, whatever in the one, so mining is, it contains the both positive things. From that only we can attain our valuable things like coals, gold, diamonds, etc. So whatever we are getting the pros, and also we are having the disadvantages too. So disadvantages in the sense we have to, it will be leads to the effect of our earth too. Okay. Thank you.